Welcome back to the class, friends. My name is Kausalya. In today's episode, we are going to solve few problems which are not actually quadratic equation, but using the method of quadratic equation, we are going to solve these questions and find out the values. Come, let's go see them. Let's see the question. In each of these questions, two equations numbered 1 and 2 with variables x and y are given. You have to solve both the equations to find out the relationship between x and y. The first equation is 9x square minus 24x plus 16 is equal to 0. The second equation is 1 divided by y power 1 by 3 minus 1 divided by y power 2 by 3 is equal to 5y to the power minus 2 divided by 3. Now we got 5 options here. Option A, x is greater than y. Option B, x is less than y. Option C, x is greater than or equal to y. Option D, x is less than or equal to y. Option E, x is equal to y or cannot be determined. If you observe these two equations, the first one, which is 9x square minus 24x plus 16 is equal to 0, is already in the form of ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, which is a quadratic equation. However, the second equation, 1 by y power 1 by 3 minus 1 by y power 2 by 3 is equal to 5y power minus 2 by 3 is not in the form of a quadratic equation. So how do we solve this? How do we get the values of x and y so that we can compare the relationship between x and y? So let us first solve the first equation to find out the value of x. 9x square minus 24x plus 16 is equal to 0. Here the value of a is 9, value of b is minus 24, and value of c is 16. Now to find out the value of x, first we will multiply a and c, which is constant, and the coefficient of x square, which is 9 into 16, which is 144. We all know that 144 is a perfect square, which means this is multiplied 12 into 12 is 144, and then we know 12 plus 12 will be 24, but we want minus sign, so we will do minus 12 and minus 12. So this equation can be written as 9x square minus 12x plus 16 is equal to 0. So I will group these two and these two. Here we can take 3x common. We will be left with 3x minus 4. So here in this case I will take minus common and 4 common. I will be left with 4 3 is 12. So 3x plus minus 4, which is equal to 0. Now 3x minus 4, and here also 3x minus 4, which is equal to 0, which means x is equal to 4 by 3. We got the second equation, which is not in the form of a quadratic equation. I am shifting the right hand side value 5 into y power minus 2 by 3 towards left. So this becomes 1 divided by y power 1 by 3 minus 1 divided by y power 2 by 3 minus 5 divided by, whenever we have exponent in the negative value, it means it's in the denominator. So this becomes minus 5 divided by y power 2 by 3 is equal to 0. So if you see this, we have the base same. So this can be written as 1 divided by y power 1 by 3 minus 5 plus 1 is 6 divided by y power 2 by 3, which is common denominator, is equal to 0. If y power 2 by 3 is there, it means it is y power 1 by 3 whole power square, right? So this will be written as 1 divided by y power 1 by 3 minus 6 divided by y power 1 by 3 whole square is equal to 0. Let us assume 1 divided by y power 1 by 3 as v. Alright, so we will replace this value here. This becomes v minus 6 into 1 by y power 1 by 3 square. So this becomes v square is equal to 0. Here we can take v common. So this becomes 1 minus 6v is equal to 0. So here v is equal to 0 or 1 minus 6v is equal to 0, which means v is equal to 0 or v is equal to 6 divided by 1, which means v is equal to 0 or v is equal to 1 divided by 6. We have the values of v. Let us write it in the form of y itself. So 1 divided by y power 1 by 3 is equal to v, which means 0. So y will be equal to 1 by 0, which is not defined. So we will not consider this. Now let us take the second value. 1 divided by y power 1 by 3 is equal to 1 by 6. Therefore, y power 1 by 3 is equal to 6. Because we have 1 by 3 in the exponent for y, we will cube on both sides. So, y is equal to 6 cube, which is 216. Now, x value we have, which is 4 by 3. Y value we have, which is 216, which definitely means that y is greater than x, which means x is less than y. Option B is the right answer. Let's see the second question. The first equation is 3x cube minus 243x is equal to 0. The second equation is 144y power 4 minus 720y power 3, which is y cube, is equal to 0. I got 5 options here. X is greater than y, x is less than y, x is greater than or equal to y, x is less than or equal to y, x is equal to y or cannot be determined. Now using the first equation, we will find out the value of x. So the equation is 3x cube minus 243x is equal to 0. If you observe 243, that is divisible by 3. So we can take 3x common here. So 3x is common. I am left with x square minus 3 8s 24, 3 1s 3, x is taken common, is equal to 0. 3x x square minus 81 can be written as 9 square is equal to 0. Then this is in the form of a square minus b square, which can be written as a plus b into a minus b, right? So we will write 3x into x plus 9 into x minus 9, which is equal to 0. Now we will shift 3 towards the right hand side. So it becomes 0 by 3, which is 0 again. So x into x plus 9 into x minus 9 is equal to 0, which means x is equal to 0 or x plus 9 is equal to 0 or x minus 9 is equal to 0. Therefore, x has 3 values in this equation, which is 0, minus 9 and plus 9. Now let's use the second equation. 144 into y power 4 minus 720 into y cube is equal to 0 to find out the value of y. Here 144 into 5 is 720. So what we can do here is we can take 144 common. We can also take y cube as common. So we will be left with 1y minus 144 into 5 is 720. So 5 y cube we have already taken common. So this is equal to 0. Now this 144 can be shifted to right side. So this becomes 0 again. So this is equal to y cube into y minus 5, which is equal to 0, which is y cube is equal to 0 or y minus 5 is equal to 0. If y cube is 0, then y is equal to 0 or y is equal to plus 5. Here we got for the second equation two values for y. Y is 0 or y is plus 5. Like the previous question, let us compare the values of x and y in both equations to find out the relationship between x and y. So comparing 0 with 0 and 5, comparing minus 9 with 0 and 5, comparing plus 9 with 0 and 5. Right? So here all the x values are there, here all the y values are there. 0 is equal to 0, 0 is less than 5, minus 9 is less than 0, minus 9 is less than 5, plus 9 is greater than 0, plus 9 is greater than 5. So if you observe, for some value x is equal to 0, for some value x is less than y, for some values x is greater than y, which means we cannot determine the relationship between x and y comparing these two equations. So option E is the right answer. I got a similar question. We got two equations. X square plus 5 root 7 into x plus 42 is equal to 0. Y square plus 6 root 7 into x plus 56 is equal to 0. So using the first equation, x square plus 5 root 7x plus 42 is equal to 0, let us find out the value of x. The first step is to multiply the coefficient of x square along with the constant c. So AC is 42 into 1, which is 42. So we have to split this into two numbers, wherein by multiplying it you should get 42, right? 6 into 7 will be 42, and then 6 I can further split it into 3 and 2, and 7 I can split it as root 7 and root 7. Why? Because I have root 7 here, and I need to ensure when I sum these up I should get 5 root 7. So what we can do is I can do 2 root 7 and 3 root 7. So when I multiply this, I will get 42. When I add these two, I will get 5 root 7. So we can write this as x square plus 2 root 7x plus 3 root 7x plus 42 is equal to 0. Now we will group these two and these two. Here we can take x as common. So we will be left with x plus 2 root 7. From these two terms, I can take out 3 root 7 as common. Why? Because 42 we already split it into 3 root 7 and 2 root 7. So when I multiply these two, I'll get 42, right? So 3 root 7 into x plus 2 root 7, which is equal to 0. So now I can take x plus 2 root 7 as common, and I'll be left with x plus 3 root 7, which means x is equal to minus 2 root 7 or x is equal to minus 3 root 7. So let us take the second equation and find the values of y. We already got the value of x. So the equation is y square plus 6 root 7, sorry, this is not x, here this is y. So y square plus 6 root 7 into y plus 56 is equal to 0. So let me write this equation here. Y square plus 6 root 7 into y plus 56 is equal to 0. We are going to use the same method to find out the value of y. A and C is what? We have to multiply. So A is 1, C is 56. So AC is 56. Here if you see, we have 6 root 7. There is a root 7, which means 7 is there. So 56 I have to write it in the form of 7. So 56 can be written as 8 into 7, 8 sevens 56. 7 further can be written as root 7 into root 7, and 8 can be written as 4 into 2. 4 2 is 8 and 4 plus 2 will be 6. So this can be written as 2 root 7 and 4 root 7. This equation can be written as y square plus 2 root 7 into y plus 4 root 7 into y plus 56 is equal to 0. So now here we can take y as common. I will be left with y plus 2 root 7. So plus, out of these two I can take 4 root 7 as common. Why? Because we just calculated 4 root 7 into 2 root 7 will be 56. So 4 root 7 taken as common, I will be left with y plus 2 root 7, which is equal to 0. Now y plus 2 root 7 can be taken common here. So I will be left with y plus 4 root 7, which is equal to 0, which means y plus 2 root 7 is equal to 0, or y plus 4 root 7 is equal to 0. So here y is equal to minus 2 root 7, or y is equal to minus 4 root 7. So we got the values. Let me write it here. Y is equal to minus 2 root 7, or y is equal to minus 4 root 7. Now let us compare these values. Now I have written all the values of x in one column and y in one column. If you observe, all the values of x has root 7. Similarly, all the values of y has root 7. So we will just discard root 7. We will not consider that. Let us just compare the rest of the value. Minus 2 and minus 2. They are equal. Minus 2 and minus 4, which means minus 2 is greater than minus 4. Minus 3 and minus 2. So minus 2 is greater than minus 3. We have last minus 3, which is greater than minus 4. So if you observe, we have in some place x and y is equal. In some place x is greater than y. In one place x is less than y. Which means in the given two equation, the relationship between x and y cannot be determined. So option E is the right answer. Friends, I hope you all liked today's video and understood all the questions that we solved. And if you have liked the video, please do hit the like button, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. If you have any doubts or questions, you can always write it in the comment box or send me a WhatsApp message. Thank you so much for watching us. We will come back to you with more questions in the coming episodes. Until then, keep watching us. Happy practice, happy maths.